Let's talk to David Paul. He is the Managing Director of VectorVest UK. Very good morning to you, young David.
Good morning, Mus. Yes.
A very happy Man United fan.
Well, yes, I'm on a high after last night. Yes, it was a wonderful evening, that's for sure. A wonderful evening.
Very good for European football. Okay, we've got 4 thought-provoking slides to kick off with. Let's start with the first one. Basically, the market timing on the UK index. People will have watched you over the days and weeks and months previously. Short-term, long-term, are we both on a buy signal now?
Yes, the UK market short-term trend is up. It's done well because of the pound in the last day or two. The longer-term trend has been up since the 9th of January, and we've had a really, really good time in this market since the 9th of January, yes. As you can see, the chart's at a fairly obvious resistance level.
Yeah.
And it's got a bit of work to do to get through that level, that's for sure. The next slide, which is the American market, shows a picture that's slightly different in that the short-term trend in the American market is down, the longer-term trend is up, and just below the price chart we have the proprietary VectorVest buy-sell ratio.
Right.
And that's what we call the canary.
Okay.
Because when there's above 4 times more companies on a buy than on a sell, then we believe the market's very overstretched. And on that particular chart, the buy-sell ratio got well above 6. And over the last couple of weeks, the price has been flat.
Right.
But as you can see, the buy-sell ratio has been falling. And 9.5 times out of 10, that predicts a sell-off. And last weekend, our founder, Bart DeLido, in fact, in his weekend essay, said that he was pretty adamant that the market was going to sell off. And that's exactly what it did in fairly decent style on Monday. So probably a pullback. I'm not saying for a second there's going to be a meltdown, but
well, the
certainly
US
a pullback.
indices since December rallied in excess of 20%, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been a great time, and they did that from the canary actually shouting a buy signal, because when the buy-sell ratio gets down below 0.25, in other words, there's 4 times more companies on a sell than on a buy, then invariably that precedes a very, very strong move. It's what I call a mega oversold situation. So since at the end of December, we were in a mega oversold situation, and a couple of days ago, a week ago, we were in a mega overbought situation, and markets tend to flip between these two extremes, not quite as quickly as they've done in this case.
Right.
Not quite as quickly, yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on to the third slide now. This is the VectorVest model portfolio 2019 year to date. So you're up 17%.
Yeah, it's been a great time, Mus. It's been a great time. That's our most conservative portfolio. It's a method of investing that I've presented on your show many times called worry-free investing.
Yeah.
Every day, VectorVest puts a value to every share in the stock market. It puts a safety of earnings, and it puts a number to the trend. And in worry-free investing, we actually sort all of the shares on the London market by the safety of the earnings. And we bring those shares that have got the safest track record to the top of the pile, and we buy them when the general market has turned up. And we do our best to try not to be invested in any more than 2 shares out of one sector of the economy, and that's what I've done with that portfolio. And since the start of the year, that portfolio is up 17%. There's no losers, and we just need to wait and just watch the market if it should turn down. I think there's a good chance if the American market pulls back, as we anticipate it will, that our market will follow it sooner or later, and it doesn't really matter what the pound will do. So we'll have to lock those profits in, I would have thought, relatively quickly.
Okay, let's wrap up with the last slide. Now, this is the VectorVest MT Prospects 1 month. What is this? This is basically a little bit more aggressive.
Yes, this is a much more aggressive portfolio where we don't really look at the fundamentals to any great extent. There is a measure of the fundamentals in there where earnings are getting better, but nevertheless, the search is called MT Prospects. It's a pre-written search on VectorVest, and I've looked at that over the last month, so the 6th of February to the 6th of March. And the top 8 shares in that portfolio are up significantly ahead of the market over that month. Again, one would want to be always in. The most important thing to know is whether the market is rising or falling.
Yep.
Everything follows from that. So if the general market is rising, it's relatively easy to make money in the London stock market, in the American stock market. If the general market is falling, then you've got to be a genius to make money on the long side. So as long as the general market, the longer term trend is moving up, then we'll hold on to those shares. As soon as the longer term trend starts to move down, certainly the aggressive portfolio will be cut and that profit will be locked in. At VectorVest, we have a conservative portfolio for longer term, hands-off investors, and we've got lots and lots of aggressive portfolios for short-term swing traders. And that MT Prospects is a particularly good one.
Understood. Okay, so you're showing your wares at a couple of upcoming seminars, conferences.
Well, yes, we've got a very busy period ahead because on the 20th of March, we have a seminar in central London at the Holiday Inn in Bloomsbury. On the 23rd, we'll be at the Round the Clock Trader event at the Connaught Rooms in Holborn. We'll then be at the UK Investors Show, which is in Westminster on the 30th. We'll then be at Master Investor in Islington, which is on the 6th. And then I have another seminar at the Chesterfield Hotel in Mayfair on the 13th. So a busy run up into Easter. I nearly said Christmas, Easter. And I look forward to seeing all our old VectorVest customers there, and any new people. It'll be a great, great pleasure to meet you.
David, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Mus.